Hello, and welcome to Ithaca College's School of Music Audition Day, Virtual Edition. While we so wish that we could be here with you in person, we've scheduled a day designed to be personal and to give you as close to the in-person experience as possible. My name is Keith Kaiser, and I'm honored to be serving as Interim Dean for this academic year. In my 23 years at Ithaca College, I previously served as Chair of Music Education and as Associate Dean. And I absolutely love this place. It's about the students, it's about the faculty, it's about the vibrancy, and it's about the community, a community that we hope you will be joining. I'd like to share a bit of our story with you. More than 125 years ago, a violin performer and teacher, Grant Egbert, fulfilled a dream when he welcomed a handful of students into his newly opened music conservatory in the small town of Ithaca, New York. Since that time, his small music conservatory has expanded and flourished into a comprehensive college, Ithaca College, and into a highly celebrated school of music that has graduated thousands of tremendously successful alumni. This is a legacy of enormous achievement. This achievement is centered on the precept that the arts have the power to change and to enrich lives. And to that end, our School of Music is committed to distinction and the fulfillment of our mission, to educate students who transform the human condition through the art and practice of music. In doing so, we are committed to serving others, using our means to elevate and transform others, community, and self. That service through music is manifested in variety and diverse ways, but the ultimate result is one of goodwill and one that makes the world a better place. The result of this service through music philosophy include musicians comforting patients in hospice care, or music teachers enriching, changing, or even saving children's lives by providing a safe place to teach about empathy and humanity through music. In addition, these meaningful and often life-changing experiences include performers and composers providing concerts and recorded music for enjoyment-seeking audiences. Our School of Music is comprised of energetic and committed individuals representing a wide variety of backgrounds and interests who are truly a family upholding the strongest sense of community. Together, we look forward to continuing a tradition of the highest standards alongside a genuine commitment to innovation, a combination reflected in our new FlexCore curricula that allows students to pursue their passions at the highest level and designed to prepare our students for the 21st century. The focus, the compassion, and the reputation of our School of Music has grown out of an intense regard for humanity and the role that music and the arts must play in society. Please join us on our journey by becoming part of a legacy built around excellence in music artistry and excellence in professional achievement. We wish you an absolutely terrific day. Thank you for being here, and we hope to see you in fall 2021.
Good morning. My name is Bradley Whittemore, and I am the Director of Music Admission at the Ithaca College School of Music. It is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you all to our first ever virtual live audition season. Today is a special day for many reasons, but one that is personal for me is that almost 9 years ago, on the morning of January 12, 2012, I was in your shoes. Of course, the circumstances were somewhat different, but I found myself walking here into Ford Hall to embark on my first audition. You might not have recognized me back then with my slightly longer, less receded hair, ill-fitting suit, and lower voice, but I was here and ready as I would ever be to audition to be a music education student at Ithaca College. Just like in 2012, every person auditioning today has a different story of what brought them here and what they hope to accomplish in their journey ahead. Certainly, I had no way of knowing that within a year I would perform Beethoven's Ninth Symphony with the chorus and chamber orchestra on this very stage. That within 3 years I would teach my own general music class of 20 pre-K students through our junior student teaching program. I had no way of knowing that after all of my experiences, I would graduate from Ithaca College with my degree in music education, having only recently discovered my passion for arts administration. And I most certainly had no way of knowing that 9 years later, I would be standing here sharing these remarks to applicants from across the country. So there I was, sitting there, here, in Ford Hall in January of 2012, nervous, eager, and completely unaware of the adventures that were to unfold. In those 9 years, I've often reflected on that experience and wished that I could go back to share some advice with that stressed bundle of nerves in his ill-fitting suit. Despite the setting being a little different than usual, I'd love to share some of those points now, if you'll indulge me. To start, take a breather. No part of today's schedule will be improved by feelings of stress or wanting to rush, especially when it comes to that tricky passage in your audition repertoire. You know the one. Second, remember that the faculty who will hear your audition are there to hear you succeed, not fail. There's not a single faculty member who will be mentally marking mistaken measures. Our faculty are here to gauge your potential. While it may be impossible to know what the future will hold, they will be able to forge an idea of how you will grow in the years ahead through applied study. Third, take every chance you can to learn and experience as much as possible during your time with us. As Keith Kaiser mentioned, today's schedule will include many opportunities to engage, learn more, and speak with the applied faculty in your area, meet with faculty in your prospective major. We encourage you to engage with them to learn more and see if it might be a good fit. And here's the lightning round. Ask questions, a lot of questions. Step outside of your comfort zone, and most importantly, be your authentic self. Show what you have to offer in everything you do and trust that who you are now is enough. At the end of the day, I hope that your experiences help you discover if Ithaca College might be a good fit for you. While there are many incredible music programs out there, each offers its own unique environment where certain students will thrive. I was lucky to find this fit at Ithaca. If you also find your fit at Ithaca, I hope that you will continue to engage with us in the months ahead and consider joining our community of musicians. If your experience today shows that Ithaca is not a good fit, that's also a valuable thing to learn. It may seem counterintuitive to my role here at the college, but taking an audition at a school and learning that it is not for you can often be as valuable as the opposite. Now, let's turn to some housekeeping information about the timeline. Based upon your audition today and the results provided by the faculty, I have the honor of making admission recommendations to the Office of Admission here at Ithaca College. Those results will be provided shortly after the conclusion of the final audition day this season, so you should receive your admission decision by late February to early March, which would also include information concerning merit-based awards, if applicable. You should also receive your financial aid package within a few weeks of your admission letter, if not sooner, so long as you have submitted both your FAFSA and your CSS profile. You will not receive a financial aid package if you do not submit both forms. Instead, you will only receive information concerning merit-based awards. The special exception to the above is those of you applying via early decision. You will receive your audition results by the early holidays. I would like to begin to close my remarks by looking to the future. There may be some hesitancy about, even worry about what the future will hold through a life in music now more than ever. However, it is vital to examine some of what students learn through their musical education. I'll focus on 4 prominent skills. First, when a musician enters a practice room, they sit down to approach a problem or a task. Let's say a Chopin nocturne. The musician will then spend hours focusing in on and troubleshooting specific elements of this task by identifying weak points and subsequently improving on them. They apply themselves for an extended period of time, not stopping until they've made adequate progress on the task at hand. Second, when an ensemble performs a piece, each musician has to listen intently to those around them. They must also be flexible and humble. They won't always be the most important voice in the room. Only through collaboration and teamwork is the ensemble able to achieve their final product. Third, as a developing artist, you have to establish and maintain a professional atmosphere with those you work with. Whether you are sending emails to parents of your high school orchestra, communicating with artists who will use your studio space, or trying to identify new students for your private studio, being professional in your communication is at the forefront of building your identity. Fourth and finally, in all endeavors, preparedness and flexibility should be front of mind. Murphy's Law is a finicky rule to plan for, but for us musicians, the show must go on. During my years here at Ithaca College, I experienced a pre-K general music student get sick while teaching a lesson. I sat behind a choral riser with a shaky guardrail to support it during an organization's performance. And I managed to convert an in-person audition experience to a virtual event when the need arose. We musicians are fortunate enough to practice improvisation, and it comes in handy at the most unexpected times. These are just 4 short examples, but for anybody out there who is nervous about limited outcomes after studying music, I'd ask you to name one organization that would be hesitant to hire somebody who is a driven, focused individual who can identify and solve challenges independently. A collaborative individual who is willing to acknowledge that they are not always the most important person in the room. A professional individual who is courteous and respectful in their communication, and a creative individual who knows how to roll with the punches, however unique they may be. These skills are all core to the development of a growing musician. And while some students may find a life outside of music or adjacent to music, like myself, these skills will be drawn on for any opportunities that may arise. Before I close, I would like to extend my thanks to several individuals. Felice Doinov, who is the Assistant Director of Music Admission at Ithaca College and my closest collaborator. Felice's creativity and drive have been exemplary, and today would not have been possible without her hard work. I'd like to give our thanks to the performers who were featured earlier in this session. Thanks to the parents and guardians and those of you auditioning today. This process is not easy, especially in the midst of a global pandemic. You've done great work so far and will continue to do so in the hours and days ahead. And lastly, but certainly not least, thank you to the frontline employees, essential workers, and healthcare professionals who have risked their health and safety so that we can see a brighter tomorrow. Thank you. Certainly, none of us have any way to see where we will be years from now. However, if you resonate with the energy of our campus community, the same way that bundle of nerves in his ill-fitting suit named Bradley Whittemore did 8 years ago, then I sincerely look forward to seeing where your years ahead at Ithaca College will take you. Thank you for your time, and best of luck on your day ahead.
Before we move on to the next part of today's programming, we hope to give you a brief tour of the School of Music facilities. Enjoy.
Hi there, and welcome to the Ithaca College School of Music. My name is Bradley Whittemore, and I'm the Director of Music Admission here at IC. We're really glad to welcome you to our virtual facility tour and look forward to showing you some of the highlights. Come on, let's begin.
The first stop on our virtual tour today is Ford Hall. Ford Hall is the larger of our 2 primary performance spaces in the School of Music. Recently renovated in 2014, the hall is home to most ensemble concerts, guest artist performances, as well as senior recitals for students in a performance degree at Ithaca College. The hall, which holds 644 seats, recently had several updates in its 2014 renovation. These updates included an 8-foot stage extension, the installation of energy-efficient LED lighting, a new projection screen, an improved sound system, and a beautiful new hardwood interior, among other things. Ford is also equipped to broadcast professional quality live stream concerts, making it easier than ever for family from home to tune in to hear the latest and greatest performances. Now, let's walk next door to visit the Hockett Family Recital Hall. Hockett Family Recital Hall is a perfect blend of size, seating, and acoustics for a variety of performance forces. With seating for 251, Hockett is primarily used for chamber music performances, faculty recitals, graduate recitals, and junior recitals for students in a performance degree at Ithaca College. Hockett features live streaming capabilities similar to Ford Hall. A special concert series that has been streamed from this space is our monthly After Dinner Mint. These performances feature a variety of our faculty sharing pieces centered around a new theme each month. Let's head down the hall to hear from a member of our sound recording technology faculty to learn more about the recording studio's space available in the School of Music.
Hi, I'm Mike Camparizzo, Assistant Professor and Director of the Sound Recording Technology program here at IC. This is the Borg Warner Recording Studio. It's the main control room space for all sound recording technology majors and the recording services program in the School of Music. It's a unique space in that this was built at the same time as the massive renovation to the School of Music. So what we like to say is the entire building is our recording studio, as all of the major rehearsal spaces and recital halls are wired in multi-track with analog connectivity to this space. Here we have a 48-channel analog and digital hybrid SSL duality console, Pro Tools Ultimate, always in the latest version, and a host of outboard gear with a classic arrangement of tube compressors, analog compressors, equalizers, reverb units, and just about anything else students need for sound processing and experimentation in this space.
Welcome to the Craig McHenry Lobby. This is where we welcome prospective students during our on-campus audition days, but also makes a perfect spot to catch up with friends, hear the latest news around the building, and just sit and admire the view of Ithaca College, downtown Ithaca, and Lake Cayuga down the hill.
Next up, let's head down a few floors to see what is often referred to as the heart of any music school.
The C major chord, which can mean only one thing. We've made it to the practice room floor. There are over 90 practice rooms located on the ground floor of the Whalen Center for Music, all of which are accessible for students. You can sign them out in advance or just drop into a room that's available on a given hour. You can also see on your left and your right lockers that are perfect to sign out for the year, where you can drop off a heavy winter jacket or a music theory textbook. We also have larger lockers down the hall available for those of you with larger instruments to store. I'm thinking low brass and strings in particular. So, welcome to the practice room floor.
As we wrap up today, it's worth noting that we've only just scratched the surface on all that's inside the School of Music. There are countless rehearsal spaces, classrooms, and resources that we couldn't fit into this video, so we wanted to highlight a few more before we ended. Even better, all of these resources and spaces are complemented by the robust campus offerings found at Ithaca College throughout its 4 other schools, where students have the opportunity to pursue coursework and curriculum outside of music. We believe that this commitment to musical excellence in our building, paired with the well-rounded training that comes from a liberal arts institution like IC, sets our students up for success both inside the classroom and out. We invite you to dive in and discover all that Ithaca College and the School of Music have to offer in your musical pursuits to come.
Thanks again for joining us on our virtual tour of the Whalen Center for Music. We enjoyed getting to show you some of our performance spaces, practice rooms, and rehearsal halls, and we hope to be able to welcome you in person in the not-too-distant future.
Thanks again for being with us today. To start the next part of your audition, visit today's Audition Day landing page, which was emailed to you earlier. This has links to all of the upcoming sessions in the hours ahead. And most importantly, please stay in touch with any questions that come up. We'd be glad to hear from you. You can always reach us at music@ithaca.edu. Best of luck.